What is up, everybody? You're in the pit, Josh the Mosh. Let's get it rolling like we do. Bringing in number 2. What's up, numero dos?
What's up, everybody?
We're doing it once again. Still kind of recovering from this weekend. We're going to talk about that later. Got some cool stuff happening.
I know this one.
Cool things to talk about. And so let's just get it rolling. Let's kick it off. And you know how we started off with the B Ninja Women of the Week. What is Brendan?
What's good, y'all? Picking someone for this week is rough than what we saw on Tuesday with 2 rough scallions whose names we are not going to mention. So we'll just leave it at that and let the polls decide for that. But anyway, hashtag go vote, y'all. But anyway, so my vote for B Ninja's Woman of the Week for the 1st of October, if you are speaking Spanish. Happy Halloween season and Libra season, everyone. I'm going to give it to someone who just celebrated the birthday the other day and someone who's been definitely been under the radar for the longest time, but people have been sleeping on of how well credited that she's not only been in the indie scene for almost 20 years, 18 to be exact, but someone who's been slowly been making strides on this end. And I'm talking about the Miss Candice LeRae herself. We got the honor of seeing Candice throughout here in Texas, but for those that don't know, she started wrestling in 2002 in the California scenes in regards of wrestling in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and early California promotions, including competing in chick fight tournaments all over the place, as well as AWS and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, DDT Pro Wrestling, and promotions across the boards. I'm not going to mention the infamous tag team she was a part of because it involves someone that we're not going to mention, but she had some big moments in regards to that tag team. But in regards of the current era, in regards, this modern day Minor Mouse is all over the place when it comes to a wrestling style. You want to talk about someone that's a true ride or die. Candice basically just whatever match she just goes for it, whether it was death matches, hardcore matches, technical wrestling matches. This woman will do it all. And the proof shows that in NXT recently. I know for a while that she's been booked as being Johnny Gargano's wife, but until recent matches that she had years ago, as well as the big takeover match she had in Canada against Io Shirai. Miss LeRae definitely took the wrestling scene to a big wild ride to showcase that she's more than just Johnny Gargano's husband. And with the recent heel turn that she had against of all people, Tommaso Ciampa, and basically turning a new inch into her character, she's showcasing what the month of October is all about. Being vicious, malicious, and showing a dark, wicked side as she's embracing her heel side. She was supposed to have a little feud with Tegan Knox, but unfortunately, for the 3rd time in a row, Tegan ruptured her ACL again. Thoughts and prayers go out to you, girl. But Candice LeRae is my Woman of the Week because she's about to get her first title opportunity on a takeover, that is, against someone who is kind of responsible for why she initially turned heel in the first place. Well, the champ that turned heel in the first place because she was a punch bag for everybody else, but then the roles have been reversed. So this coming takeover against the Io Shirai, we're gonna see if Candice can one up that clinic that she had with Io and Takeover. And mind you, that was the weekend that had Charlotte Flair and Trish Stratus, mind you. And let's definitely show that Candice LeRae is more than Johnny Gargano's husband. And let's see if both of them can win both titles and be the first couple champions in NXT. So with that, I pick Candice as my Woman of the Week.
Man. Well, I actually was hoping, I don't know, I'm going to chime in on your segment a little bit because I actually have a Woman of the Week that's going to lead to one of our segments earlier.
I think I know what you're talking about. That's my but that's why I'm going to leave it to you guys.
Literally, the Woman of the Week should be Maddie.
Literally, yeah.
But we will touch on that a little bit later.
That's why I
Good job,
didn't
man.
mention her, because I knew you guys were going to mention her from y'all's show. So that's why I had to pick lines and my code that y'all going to do to later on. So
What's up,
I
Pete?
appreciate it, man.
what's going on, Pete?
Mr. Summers. All right, man. Well, appreciate you, brother. We will see you next week, and we'll see you in the shadows.
I'll be back in the shadows with my crew right here. So later, y'all.
Yeah, man. I had to throw in my 2 cents there. I think I was a little biased for this week on who the woman of the week.
Curious who you were talking about. I was curious who your woman of the week would be.
Considering us now slowing down from blowing up since Saturday. Yeah. Anyway, well, like I said, we'll get to that. But let's go to. Oh wow, somebody agrees.
Pete's a big Maddie.
Correct. You are correct.
I agree.
Yeah.
Can't wait. I really can't wait to talk about that situation in our rundown.
Cool. Well, before we do that, let's bring in someone else that was there.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
Talking about
hey, speaking of which,
before that, let's head to
hold on. Look at that, man. That logo looks kind of nice, doesn't it?
Man, you're the reason I couldn't get a shirt. Nice. They were all out of schmediums. They said somebody just bought the last one.
I know. Well, I got to show off, my new pecs, right? Hey, so what's going on, everyone? So it has been a crazy couple of weeks with New Japan, and let me first set a timer because I can talk about this for like a whole hour, but I'm gonna cut it down to 10 minutes. So let's go. Okay, so the G1. So okay, guys. So unfortunately, this might shock you. I don't have all the time in the world like I thought I did. So there are 8 shows, but I've only watched 6 of them. But with that being said, so what you see here, this insanity of Excel and all that, which I love Excel. It's fucking amazing. This is what I'm using to keep track of the star ratings and the wrestlers and the events. That way I can better provide data to watch what events and what matches you guys should watch. It was a bitch to make, but goddamn, it looks beautiful. I fucking love it. So we're going to go to the next one now. Okay, so here, I'm going to break it down to you real quick. So we have the A block and the B block point total. This is as of yesterday, because there was, as of today, because there was a show today. Hold on, let me here so I can see if anyone says anything. Boom, okay. So what we have here, we see that in A block, my pick, Jay White, has 6 points. My man, Tai Chi, has 6 points as well. He just lost. We'll talk about that in a second. And Will Ospreay and Minoru Suzuki and Ibushi all have 6 points. They're all just tied up right now. I'm going to get into what their stories are in a second. And the B block, we have Tetsuya Naito with 6 points. Toru Yano has 6 points. That's not going to last very long. Juice Robinson is 6 points. Very, very good showing by him so far. And everyone else doesn't really matter. Next, we have the show rankings. So as you can see, so when we first looked at the blocks, we noticed that the A block was going to be a little stronger than the B block. Well, according to the matches, we clearly see that the A block is having better matches. The 4th night of the B block was really good, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. Next, we have the wrestler rankings. So here you have from the best to the bottom. No shocker there, even though Ishii has only 2 points, he has the highest average of the best matches of the G1 because he always has the best matches. Even he said that, you know what? Even if I lose, I'm going to beat some motherfucking ass. And that's what he has been doing. Losing, but still, giving him the business. Next, we have Naito, which is Naito can be hit or miss, but he's been having some awesome bangers. I've been loving it. And the rest of the guys you see, Kota Ibushi, Ospreay, Zack Sabre Jr., that's the typical stuff. What you'll notice is there's an outlier. We have Kazuchika Okada with only 3.83 points. And there's a reason for that. And I'm going to get to it actually right now. Let's talk about that. So the biggest story right now of the G1 is, good, I have 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So right now with Okada is he's doing this storyline where he refuses to do his moveset. He refuses to do the Rainmaker, refuses to do his awesome drop kick, the spinning tombstone, because he's like, I have to put over the stupid ass money clip. So he has been losing matches left and right because he has been refusing to do his triple stuff. to a point where when Ibushi beat him night one, Ibushi's like, I don't know who that was. That was not the Okada that I wanted to go up against. I want to go with the real Okada. Jay White, after he beat his ass, he said, Okada, you're not the same person. What is going on here, right? So that is his storyline. I foresee that the story's going to be to start ranking up some wins, and then he's going to be forced to finally pull out the Rainmaker. When he does, people are going to go crazy, just like they went crazy when he took off his pants and he had shorts on. That's a random tangent. Don't worry about that. So the next
thing.
No, I'm telling you, when he took those the first time oh my goodness, because he was wearing those stupid long pants, and it was like, oh, what the hell? That's when he showed his shorts. That's like, he's here to play. He's here to fight. Next, we have Will Ospreay. So Will Ospreay he's essentially taking the Kenny Omega role. He is the cocky, random tangent. He's the cocky motherfucker. I am the best wrestler in the fucking world. No one can beat me. He lost to Shingo. That's neither there. So that is his story. His story is he's no longer the aerial assassin. He's just a straight up assassin. And he bulked up. I can't believe this dude bulked up. He's doing power moves now and still doing some of his aerial stuff. He's what we'd hope that Ricochet would be at this point, but Will Ospreay is taking that spot. And it is awesome because his character is such a dick. And I fucking love it. Speaking of fucking dicks, Jay White's story is that he is back. Hey, have a good night. Yeah. Hey, no, I was just saying bye. Hey, anyways, so we have Jay White. Now, Jay White's story is that this is King Switch. He is back. He is the king of this motherfucking place. Y'all better respect his ass. And they have, because he's been whooping ass. And it's so great. I'm telling you right now, like, there's so many guys that were missing along the show. Having these guys back just brings the fucking G1 to a whole nother fucking level. It is fucking great. Jay White's so he is the first person I have seen that in Japan. So in Japan, you can't cheer. They don't want you to cheer, right? All you can do is just clap, right? His whole thing is that he's telling people, come on, clap for me. Clap, come on, clap. The whole match against Bushi, he was mocking them, telling them, come on, clap. Yeah. It's like, y'all a bunch of fucking idiots. Y'all listen, y'all just fucking mindless pigs. Y'all do whatever I want to do. Yes, he is the number one heel. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. The work that he's doing right now is on a whole nother fucking level. Plus, he looks great. He has those fucking 6 abs and the fucking V. I wish I fucking had that. How the hell did you have that during the pandemic? That's neither here or there. Okay. And then some other stories that we have here. Yep, that is definitely another random tangent. Another story here is, oh my goodness. Okay. Tetsuya Naito, he's actually doing a little more technical type of fighting. So his matches are actually evolving. He's actually doing some really good stuff. But fun fact, he actually lost to Sonata yesterday. So what that means is Sonata now has a title shot against him. Most likely to be power struggle, but we'll see what happens from there. Tanahashi. So Tanahashi, he has been losing. He's 2-2, but he has been losing. The whole thing is that Tanahashi just cannot hang. So in the match he had against Tetsuya Naito, he went to his old Tanahashi self. Now in the past, when the G1 when he would go up against Naito, he would always own Naito. So now it's to a point where even in Tanahashi's best day, he cannot beat Naito, and that's the story. So Tanahashi's trying to rebuild himself back. See what else we have here. Oh yeah. The other stories don't really matter right now. I can go into it when I talk about those best matches. So let's go to the best matches. I still have time. Okay, so we have the top 10 matches of the event. My number 1 match is Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi. This was a fucking banger. It wasn't as good as the last year's match, but this was very different. This was a lot more power moves than what we saw in the past. And since Will Ospreay has his whole attitude that I'm better than you, he was bringing that into Shingo Takagi, and Shingo Takagi took care of that boy. Now, in the match he had against Ishii, which I ranked in my number 3, he actually was making Ishii look like a bitch. He was slapping his head. He was telling him, hey, shake my hand. You know, he was just so cocky. He was like, he didn't even call him Ichi-san. He's like, Ichi. And that, for people that know Japan, like, since Ishii's the superior, he's supposed to say Ichi-san or something like that. So the fact he's doing that is total disrespect. So that's what we're seeing from him. The only really good B-match that we talked about was Naito versus Zack Sabre Jr. It was really good. It was very technical. It went to a last minute date. They were trying to kind of pull off a draw, but it ended up being a draw. Zack Sabre Jr. ended up taking the loss for that. Another match that I want to call out Oh right, dude. So I can go to every fucking store. Like even I didn't even mention this right now. Guys like Yoshihashi, he's been standing up. It's not on here. He had this match against Evil, and it was fucking good. Yo, fucking Evil. What, you kidding me? Fucking this motherfucking Evil and Yoshihashi. Fucking as people say, a bag of socks. He's fucking having good matches. What? Is it fucking G1? That's why. Okay. And then the motherfucking G1 again. So we have JY beat Okada. We talked about that. Oh, so Ibushi's doing this whole thing now, and we showed it against Ishii, where so Ibushi has this thing where he goes into a zone. It's like a scary zone. Once he gets there, he starts like no-selling, and then he just starts going crazy. And against Ishii was trying to punk him. Bushi got into that zone and stayed in that zone long enough to beat Ishii, and he made Ishii his bitch. That was fucking great. Ibushi, another one of my favorites. But we're gonna go to. It's arguably my favorite match. I only give it 4.4 stars because I'm trying to be a little more credible. But I'm gonna give this bitch fucking 8 stars because it's fucking Taichi beat fucking Suzuki. You know what that means, right? Taichi Goon. It is fucking happening.
Sorry,
it is fucking happening.
I don't know what's going on.
You barely ever see one of the little underlings actually beat the leader, and he did, and he did it without doing no shenanigans. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, Taichi, if people keep sleeping on Taichi, y'all need to fucking stop. This fucking G1, I'm telling you, he has done minimal shenanigans and has brought his motherfucking game. After he beat Suzuki, he looked at the stupid little glove that he got from Iizuka, and normally he would need that to win. He hasn't used it yet. He was looking at it like, maybe I don't need this anymore. Maybe I'm actually good enough to be a fucking top guy. And after that, Suzuki in the backstage video, Suzuki just smiled with his evil. It was like he was a proud papa. He's like, yeah, my young boy. He's taking my spot. So don't be shocked if we see Taichi Goon somewhere in the future. Not happening anytime soon because Suzuki's still having awesome matches. And let's see here. Okay, talk about that. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna go a little tangent because I've been seeing a whole lot of bitching and moaning about some shit about the motherfucking G1 and about other wrestling events. I'm gonna tell you right now. No other fucking promotion other than New Japan does shit like this. This is only 6 nights, and we're talking about. I didn't even put on the matches. We're talking about arguably there's been at least 12 to 15 motherfucking number like 4-star and above matches. You're getting some excellent wrestling. If you're saying there's no good wrestling to watch, get the fuck out of here because you're not trying hard enough. Because this is the motherfucking G1. Get fucking hype. God damn it. Whoa. There we go. Okay. So now with the schedule, now it's clearing up. So next week, so it clears up. We have like 4 days of a break, which gives me a break to catch 2 nights. And then it becomes a murder's row because it becomes like 10, 11, 12, skip a day, 14, 15. It's fucking terrible. If you're backed up, I'm sorry. But I am going to be posting my rankings now from now on in both groups. So if you're interested to see what matches you might want to check out, definitely check out my rankings. That's what I have for that. And I thought that was going to be it for New Japan. But then on Monday, this motherfucking shocker, we got fucking the head of New Japan. Fucking Heiji Maji. I forgot his motherfucking name. Doesn't matter. So he was the CEO of New Japan. He was brought in. It's very uncommon for a foreigner to actually take over running a Japanese company. Well, on Monday, he was actually removed from his position, and the guy from New Japan USA actually took over. Now, there's some theories why. Obviously, because of the pandemic, they weren't making that much money. But under his watch, they gained a TV deal, but then they lost the TV deal. I mean, again, that's neither here nor there because honestly, Impact was bought by the channel that had New Japan, so they weren't going to run New Japan. And a lot of the top American stars end up leaving, forming AEW. So it's arguably see if it's his fault or not, but what can you do? And with that being said, that is all I have. Fucking watch your G1, motherfuckers. What the fuck is wrong with you? You got nothing better to do. Come on now. And that's all I got.
We don't need to watch it. We just need to tune into the pit and fucking learn everything from you. Shit.
There you go.
Thank you.
Save
thank you.
Episodes of stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So on to the next segment. Since you're here, we're just gonna keep you here.
Okay, yeah. Let's do it.
And we're gonna bring in some other
while Josh sets it up. I'll tell everybody this weekend was PPW GCWA show. All of us were there, so we decided to get together for about 10 minutes and break it all down for you. So Numero Uno and Melanie, welcome in a little bit early this evening.
Hey guys. Oh my God. PPW GCWA was amazing. It was so much fun. I loved it so much. Had a great time screaming from the back of my truck.
There was the energy all over that place was amazing. Like even the fans kind of trash talking each other, but not like to that extent. It was great. The matches were great. The wrestlers interacting with everybody was amazing. And it really felt like, you know, when you go to those shows and they're really intimate and really close, like the top of the top fans came out. Like all the fans were on their game. The wrestlers came out. They were all on their game. It was a fun show. One of my favorite of the year for sure.
Absolutely. I think that fans trash talking each other was great because you saw that there was somebody to root for. It wasn't everybody wasn't one-sided. You know, I think that even Joe Alonzo had a fan in me. So I know you guys talked a lot of shit with him, but I had to mark out for him. Sorry.
I
guys.
just throw a little bit at Joe Alonzo, just a tad bit.
that guy is great at getting people just angry and fired up. He has got a talent for that.
And if you didn't know, you can follow him at Joe Alonzo. It's all over his fans.
After the show, fans come to his spot at the tables. Like he took more pictures and sold more merch than probably anybody that was there that night. It's crazy. Like everybody hates him, but then it's like everybody wanted to take a picture of him.
Hey, I would have bought a shirt, but he ran out of my size. I was like, all he had left were like larges and extra larges. I was like, oh, never mind.
So let's break down the card match by match, and we'll talk through those. So the first match that we had on the card was a lucha match, and it was Luchador Insane versus Principe Celestial, and it was a great one right out of the gate. Both guys came out strong. It was a fun match. That right out of the gates was where the shit talking began because everybody was rooting for Insane, and all three of Principe's fans were there. And
man.
those guys were killing it. What did you think of it? Did you enjoy the match?
I mean, I saw parts of it. I was busy drinking my beers. But for what I saw, it was a good match. The ending, I think Insane went a little too far because, you know, he not only knocked down Marty, but he also knocked down Principe with the chair. Mm-hmm. And he hit the Panda Ref with the chair. So he was just like going crazy. I mean, he was going insane. Like, what is wrong with that guy?
Yeah. It was the first match tonight, and we had a chair shot.
Yep.
Insane hit the Panda Ref so hard he bent the chair.
Yep.
That is absolutely.
Yep. It's important to point out, like these guys were doing spots on the cement.
Yeah.
Like they were jumping over. I'm like, wow. I'm like, okay, well, hey, they want to come back.
And shout out to Panda Ref for taking that chair shot.
Multiple chairs.
I wonder how he's feeling.
Everybody was wondering, is like, so we keep all the action in the ring? Is it going to be safe on the parking lot?
Yeah.
First net, like, I mean, they were out doing dives and flips and everything, taking spots on the concrete. It was just a good way to kick off the show.
Yeah, it was great.
The lineup was set up for a reason, and I think they did it good to kick it off. You know.
Yeah,
and being that was the first, and that was.
It was great. I think Panda Ref won over my kids. We bought merch after the show, so hopefully that helped ease the pain of the chair shot.
I know Juan was super excited. We were booked at the same hotel as Panda Ref, and we ran into him before we got to go to PPW.
What?
Yeah, we saw Panda Ref at the Motel 6 or the La Quinta where we were at. It was a great time.
It was the same.
For what I remember, that show was fun. I mean, I was busy drinking, so I remember a few things from every match here and there. I was having to take a constant restroom break, but it was really fun. I loved the atmosphere. The people were really into the show. Like the guys, you know, it seemed like they were feeding off from the crowd, and that's what made it, you know, so much better because they were having a good time. They were having fun. Fans were having fun. Everybody was having fun.
Yeah.
Kiefer Bartek showed up. We didn't even know he was supposed to be in the card. Surprise, surprise.
Can you say one thing?
Yeah. I'd love to hear about your angle on this.
Yeah. So okay. So here I am. I'm here. He's a sheriff. I'm like, okay, this guy's a man. He's a man of the law. He's probably an upstanding fucking person. So here I am. I'm drinking my beer, and this fool slaps my hand. And mind you, now I guess he's the whole thing of like, hey, I can over embellish it, all that. So he goes on Facebook and says, well, guess what? I just knocked a beer out someone's hand. Blah blah blah. No, motherfucker. Listen, you're little fucking fake Woody motherfucker. I don't even know what the fuck you're a sheriff of. First off, you're not a sheriff of PPW. You're not a sheriff of fucking heavy metal. What the fuck are you sheriff? Well, your little plastic star and your little gallon hat you bought at a fucking Walmart. Anyway, so you did not knock the beer out of my hand. What you did, your little weak ass slapped my hand. You spilled beer, and guess what? I still had beer in my hand. I was still fucking drinking it, and I fucking finished it. So you did not drink. You not smack the beer out of my hand. You fucking fake ass sheriff. The fuck out of here. Next time I'm gonna do a fucking citizen's arrest on your motherfucking ass.
It's getting serious. Oh man.
What's his name? Was it Bartek? Fuck out of here.
So that's how it is. The next match, obviously, off the card was the Rising Stars match, which was Richie versus Bryson Scott versus ASF in a triple threat.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. It wasn't a triple threat.
It was not.
It was a
one-on-one and
versus
Bryson.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Sorry, I was
ASF
by this show.
Interjected himself and made it a triple threat.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, it was really good. We had a lot of fans there that were willing to help Richie up into the ring. Even though the ring was a little bit shorter than a standard ring, we knew he was going to need help. So we picked him up and put him in there with everybody else.
Yeah.
Damn. Now we're going to get heat from Bartek and
that's why he brings it.
Which, by the way, we did clock Richie at a solid 3 foot 2 inches. I'm really proud of you, brother. That growth curve's doing well, man. Like it took me a while to realize he had even come to the ring, and then I was like, "Oh shit! Oh, Rich, my bad, bro." But yeah, that match was great. ASF it was stellar in that match. I never got to see a ton of him live. Most of my stuff was on the internet, catching clips and stuff. But it was fun to see that match all around. Bryson Scott brought it. Richie brought it. It was a good one.
Yeah, I thought Bryson was going to end up hitting that. I thought Bryson was going to end up hitting that frog splash, and then ASF caught him with the cutter. Oh my god, that was crazy.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
That was the part of the night.
I did not even see it. I was like, because I don't know, from my angle, I didn't even see ASF get up that fast, and all of a sudden it was like, boom. I was like, what the hell happened?
That was the spot of the night for me. Personally.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
I'm biased. You know what I mean? Even though that wasn't a PPW match. But I'm biased because those are my boys, and I think that was the spot of the night. I mean, it was a good show.
There was some spots in that tag match. There was some spots in that tag match. I was like, oh my god! I was like, those guys were like throwing. I mean, they were really trying to throw stuff. They were just the energy they brought and the attitude. That match, that had some emotion match in it.
Guys, 2 of those guys live in Corpus. I mean, they're from Corpus.
Yeah,
Suarez and the Adrian Cruz live in Corpus.
Yeah,
that's Corpus.
I really think because they were feeding off the crowd. Like we were such a hot crowd. At no point we were, even the people that maybe we didn't know as much. Like we were still going crazy for them. Yeah, so I think the wrestlers definitely fed off of that, and that's what really led to a great show.
Yeah.
To me, the climax of the show was when we transitioned into the women's match. For us, there was a lot riding on the line because the whole Baracho crew was there. We all kind of had different opinions about who was going to win. And we had been spending the whole show next to Maddie's dad. Like me and Maddie's dad were just like the whole show. And it was time to put where your mouth is. And that match kicked off and it didn't quit until the very end. I was super excited for that match. It was a good one.
Yeah, it really was good from beginning to end. I mean, they even threw in a surprise entrance from Miss Roxy. I mean, come on. And then when they saw her, a lot of people were like, "Oh, she's got it." And it was still, to me, it was still up in the air till the very end. Nobody had it fully in the bag.
I agree. That was completely unpredictable for me, at least from start to finish. Like even Luscious getting eliminated halfway through, we were all like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Man.
Like 3 people. It took 3 people. Literally.
Yeah.
was very developed in the ring. She was kicking some ass. Jasmine did a lot of cool things.
Yeah, shout out to Jasmine though. I mean, rookie. She's the rookie out of all of them, and she held her own. You know,
she showed
this
that
is
she deserved to be there.
yeah, exactly. She held her own. She showed that she deserved to be there. Yeah,
Everybody felt top level.
exactly.
And honestly, I think my favorite part, my favorite part of that whole match is just seeing Maddie afterwards with the belt. She looked so happy and so proud. Like it was like I'm sure I know Josh. I know that must have brought like warm. Like you can tell it meant so much to her. I think that's her first belt, right?
First belt.
Yeah. So I'm sure Maddie's gonna have going to go really big at some point. You know, it's gonna do great things. But your belt's gonna be always probably one of the most shared because you're the first one, to really put faith in her, and you can tell in her face. It was awesome.
And she's my first champion ever too. Like it's a partnership that we're starting really.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't expecting Hybrid to come in and turn her. I mean, she, I thought she was on our side to do stuff, but by the end of the match, of course, we saw how that turned, and so now she's got the Hybrid people, which are not very popular.
Richie was trying to get into the ring to help her win, but he was not able to actually get in there. And at the same time, since he was so tiny, no one knew he was there. But someone did tell me that after the show that he was trying to get in the ring.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get there to distract when Kid and Drew Who did, but like it just took him a lot longer, because he's got the shorter legs.
So how did you guys feel about? How did you guys feel about the main event?
Dude, it was great. It was great. It was. I was caught off guard by everything. Dude, and I mean, just because we were interacting with the guys, but when you kept saying slap him, and he would not do a chop, and he finally did a chop, it was just like a boom, and I'm like, dude, that's all you're gonna get, man. And he looked straight at you, Brad. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, and how about after the show? Like we had a chance to see Hammerstone mark the mark, but the mark was a big fat bitch boy. Excuse me, he was unable. He was unable to stand at his side, and what amazed me was it was like it was bad. Wrestle Vlogs. Julio.
Shout out to Wrestle Vlogs. Come on, he tried.
Really had a great time with Wrestle Vlogs there. We had a great time with everybody in the crowd. They were a lot of fun, but you got to keep your hands at your side when you're taking a chop. Unless
like I took it.
Sit down on the side and watch everybody else do the things that you wish you could do. Call me when you guys want to talk about thumbtack match in your heads.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
We can't make it a thing. Anyway, Gino did go over in that match. Great finish. It was a great start too. The energy that both of those guys were coming out was amazing. Shout out to that match. It was just a lot of fun.
Hey, don't forget the cameo at the end.
I say, what about the finish though? Because we had interference again.
Interference.
Like Mr. Spectacular just wanted to kind of take over this whole show. He wanted to be in the title match earlier, so he came out and got in it. He didn't like how that ended, so now he, had to put his 2 cents in on the main event too.
Well, he came out and he originally had a mask on, so nobody knew who he was. But my drunk ass was like, "Oh man, that's Bryson Scott right there! Get in there, get it, buddy!" And Bryson came up to me at the merch table afterwards. He was like, "Thanks, man. Thanks for shouting out who I was under that mask." And I was like, I was so fucking excited, bro. I knew it was.
Yeah.
Kind of like whenever I had my spot and you didn't even realize it until it was halfway in the beginning. You were kind of hitting the ground running, huh?
Yeah, with the music, yeah.
We even had the music on there.
I just want to say, Josh, it was a great event. I hope I hope to go to another event like this, but we need to talk about this chicken salad sandwich. No one in their right mind has ever requested a chicken salad sandwich. If you have actually done that, you're a liar because you have not. No one has ever done that.
If you were in the desert and you were starving and you came across a chicken salad sandwich stand free, you keep walking and
you keep it moving. You keep it moving. Thankfully, they had nachos there, but I mean, I was drinking so much it didn't really matter. But I just want to point that out, man. But yeah, man, I was gonna say, I love the show.
That's the venue. GCWA or PPW had nothing to do with it.
And also, shout out to the militia members too, because it was a sea of jerseys everywhere. Dude, I was like, yo, they came to support.
Good showing, guys.
Yeah, man.
Hey, not only that, I will say another one. Shout out to everybody that came up to us and talked to us about the pit. It was really nice to talk with some of y'all and hear that y'all are enjoying our stuff and see what you want to hear, what you want to see next. So I appreciate all y'all that came up and talked to us as well.
Yeah. Oh, and Melanie, I'm to ask you. So, did your kids enjoy the show?
They loved it. They loved the show, man. They hadn't been to a live event in so long, so. Not only was it a live event, but they got to sit in the back of Grandpa's truck since the minivan got a flat tire. You know, the back of the truck, their chairs, their blankets. They were in heaven, guys. And they were just screaming because they're outside. You know, so what more could a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old want?
Exactly, yeah. So PPW shows, they're great for adults and kids.
Yep, they were great. It was great. Yeah. Josh is like, You know what? We did miss one. There was a favorite of mine out there, and I don't think he gets as much love as he deserves, is Matias Suarez, firefighter, EMT, wrestler. Right, yeah. That guy brings it, and he is in the ring, and he hustles, and he works hard, and man, I know it was unfortunate that he was paired with Joe Alonso in the tag match, and he did the best.
Who that was? Maybe if it was on his tights, I would have known. I couldn't tell who that guy was.
But Matias. So, you know, if he was unfortunately tagged with Joe, but you know, he did his best, and but still they lost at Thoracic Express. But you know, I just want to give a big shout out to Matias Suarez. He's great.
He works hard.
Great in the ring, and
he works hard.
He had some really great spots during that tag match.
Yeah.
I think there was one where he had both guys. One was giving him a German. He grabbed, you know, I think it was Adrian on the bottom. Then he had, you know, Chris on the top. And he was throwing him over. I was like, craziness in that ring during that tag match at one time.
Yeah, and I was gonna say thank you, Juan, for informing what their name was, because they came out with a like inflatable T-Rex, and I was thoroughly confused why there was a T-Rex with them.
Right,
and he's like, "Oh, Jurassic Express." Oh, I know it.
Adrian, yeah.
Yep. Thoracic Express.
Great show. If you weren't there, you missed it. We're definitely going to be at the next PPW. Shout out to GCWA. It was my first show. Jeff was talking to me. I appreciate y'all made us all feel loved, and it was a great show. We'll definitely be back for sure.
Absolutely. It was my first GCWA show too. So it was great.
It was all of y'all's, wasn't it?
It was my second.
Oh, your second? Oh, yeah. You were there with me. Yeah.
We
even had lunch together.
I know.
Damn, that's dirty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, problem.
Yeah, well, you need to figure it out. It looks like Julio, you lost your ability to take a chop in quarantine, so get back to work. It was a long time.
99% of the times he does the mark, somebody holds his arm back. Like he is.
That's true. Yeah.
Who let him go though? They were holding his arms back. Whoever let him go failed.
Joe was doing it, but then Joe started doing the video.
Yeah, Joe was doing the video.
But he could call him out because he knew it wasn't going to go well. But yeah, no. So just a little bit of his defense. I mean, but if you're going to do it, you got to take it. But it's all good, man.
I don't know.
We're Morocco crew. There's no defense for not taking your licks. We also murdered our time slot this evening because it's already 7:40.
Oh my god! Yeah, time flies. We're having fun. Oh yeah.
Well, we're having a little bit of issues with our guest. Hasn't quite made it yet, so this is kind of working out good. So let's just keep rolling.
Perfect.
And we'll see if he makes it or not.
Melanie, you want to break down AEW? Or do you guys want to keep talking PPW, GCWA? Because we can talk about that show forever. We can talk about either one.
Whatever you guys want. I mean, I could break it down really quickly. Did you guys? I don't know if anybody watched AEW, but people were wondering who the guy was that was talking to Miro in the arcade. If you don't know who he is, his name is Billy Pacman, and he is actually named player, like video game player of the century, I believe. Like he holds the Guinness World Record for Pac-Man and Donkey Kong and some of the others.
Oh yeah.
So that's and he's known for his extravagant dress. Exactly, just so people who are wondering who he was and why he was there and stuff like that. So because Miro and Kip are big gamers and they're on Twitch and stuff like that, that's how that guy ties in.
So Melanie, so I have a question since you're the AEW expert here.
Yeah.
So probably like Miro has been like the hottest topic among like online.
Yes.
People either love him or they hate him.
Yep.
What are your thoughts about him being like this, just a video game Twitch guy who dresses super nice, but is also kind of a beast?
I love it because it's totally different from what it was in the other company. And I would not have wanted him back as the same cookie cutter, just in a different company. He reinvented himself and they're going more towards his personality, because I think it would have been silly to deny that part of him, that he is on Twitch, he's on YouTube, he's this gamer, and to deny it and bring it back as this brute. Well, then he would have gotten lost in the shuffle, because they already have Cage and Will Hobbs and Lance Archer. They already have their big guys. Now he's a big guy, but he's a nerd. He's like this gamer. He's with Kip. It's a totally different like stable. So I love it. And it shows a lot more of his personality. He's really funny. Like, he's actually a pretty funny guy in his facials and his expressions and just talking in his promos and stuff like that. He's got a lot of expression that I don't think he could get away with before, because it wasn't part of his character. And I think he gets away with it better now, because he's a little bit more loose and he's a little bit more funny and he can be sarcastic and he can be that. I like it. Yeah. It's just like, it's him. I mean, it's like what they say, it's yourself jacked up to 11. That's what it is. So I think that he also like emphasizes now, like, oh, I spent $1,000 on my outfit. And whether he did or not, it really pisses off the marks. And I just think it's hilarious because, yeah, we're in a pandemic, but he's got the money. I mean, if he wants to spend $500 on baggy Mickey Mouse pants, well, then he's just going to, you know?
Gucci.
That's a really good point right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that AEW has done that they've tried to do really different that haven't really been able to pan out as brilliant or not. I think allowing wrestlers to create their gimmicks, and a lot of those gimmicks being a reflection of who that person is. Maybe it changes up, but a lot of those wrestlers are able to use themselves as an influence for their gimmicks to feed off of. Whereas in AEW, it's like you're Russian. No, not a bear fighter. You're just Russian, and you're from the Cold War, and you're mad it's over. You know, shit like that really breaks down people because that's not who they are.
Yeah. I mean, he even got over on WWE, he got over Rusev Day. And then what did they do with it? They totally dropped it. It was like a little piece of gold. His shirts went flying. Rusev Day became this whole popular thing. It became a chant, and they did nothing with it.
Well, it wasn't out of creative. Like it wasn't supposed to get over like that. It may have come out of there, but it wasn't supposed to get over like that. And when they couldn't turn it off, WWE can't stand that home. They have to feel like they had their hands in it. Also, I'm a shareholder here, so I can say what the fuck I want to. All you marks and trolls out there, I'm a vested interest in this shit.
Yeah, and you know the other thing is that he also got over Lana with Lana Day, and Lana is the best, and he was doing that thing. And what did they do with it? Killed it. They're like, we're pushing Charlotte. Awesome. You can't push something else too. You know what I mean?
You killed two people's gimmicks at the moment that were hot and coming up for somebody who was also over. It makes no sense to sacrifice your over talent to each other like that.
Yes.
It doesn't.
It's like they can only have one over talent at a time because that's all they can handle. But I guess that's why I like I started drifting away from WWE and I started moving more towards, for a while it was NXT and then now AEW, is because I like the fact that they're given this opportunity to show a different side of themselves. And it's not like, oh, we're bringing in this Russian brute. And you're like, well, he's already been that, Right. So to bring him in as the best man and to bring him in and as his character I enjoy it thoroughly. And I like the fact that, Kip is even different from when he started, because now he's like, don't forget to watch Kip on Twitch TV or whatever. And it's like, now that's become like a little thing, and it's into his character now. And it's just funny,
Well, that's one thing that AEW is really good at. They're really good at either, if they start off with an initial idea and then they continue to evolve. I mean, look at the Dark Order. They were the worst parts of AEW.
Yes.
And now if you watch Being the Elite and all that, not only are they hilarious, but now they're actually a credible threat. And now you actually look forward to seeing them. And then, and even it sometimes doesn't work. Like what was it? Brandy and the whole thing when she was like a witch or something like that.
Yes, when she was having the Nightmare Collection or Nightmare Collective.
Yeah, so something like that. It didn't work, and you know what? It was okay. They went forward. So I give AEW that. They're not only do they give their talent a lot of leeway, they evolve it, and if it doesn't work, hey, we'll try something else.
And they're really good.
It remains, in my opinion, it remains to be seen if Brandy can carry the weight that the others carry. Because a lot of the stuff that they've tried to do with her has fallen flat. And at the same token, like I understand one, maybe even two things, but it's just like everything that's trying to happen is not working. And now it's like, let's push Britt Baker, let's push this. And when they go back to that Brandy Rose strategy and people are just not wanting that.
Yeah,
but in all fairness though, Brandy's more of like a back, a person in the back. She's I don't know, Millie, if you're in it, but she runs this thing called the Heels, which is a female thing. She was because I have a kid who's on a spectrum. She was one of the ones that actually helped push the whole having sensory rooms in the back
with Culture City.
With Culture City. Shout out to Culture City. And then I think she said she's also some other stuff in the back. But shout out also to her YouTube show.
Shout out Brandy.
Yeah, shout out Brandy. Yep. There's some great recipes, and they all include alcohol. And
I just don't think that she's an in-ring talent. Like everything very valid. And I would there's a comment right there, and I don't even like that comment. I wouldn't treat her like Miss Elizabeth either.
No, she's definitely not a Miss Elizabeth.
She's not an on-air character. As much as they've tried, she's not. And she could build a lot because she does have that like almost influencer mentality, and she's charitable and does all that cool shit. Yeah. Just do that. Like be that. Because coming out and trying to get you over in these scenarios is not working. And she didn't have a lot of star status to begin with. In reality, I'm not being a hater. I'm just being real. And for them to start pairing people that were also struggling to get over with her, that situation didn't work out.
What I do like what they do with her is that they know a lot of people don't like her, so they do use her as like a foil to like throw people off, especially like during the women's tag match. Everybody was already like, oh, she's gonna win, of course she's gonna make it, blah blah blah, which is great because I was like, are you guys sure you think she's going to make it? Because you know what? I think they're doing it on purpose just to rile people up. And it was great when Diamante and Ivelisse won because people were like, yeah, in your face, Brandy, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, guys, you just, like, you fell for the whole storyline. And it was brilliant because they used you. They used your own emotions of hate against her. You know what I mean? And like,
fans take it too far. They don't get it. They don't get it.
Brandon, as a women's wrestling person, what do you think?
Yeah, we brought him back on this.
Yeah, I think they need to stop making Brandy become the Stephanie McMahon of AEW, to where they basically have her playing two roles as face and heel. She's basically the heel with the Nightmare Collective and some of her matches to an extent, but when she's near Cody, she's basically everybody's Miss Elizabeth, and everybody wants to adore her. That creates a whole misconstruction of what her character is supposed to be.
Yeah,
well, they killed off the Nightmare Collective. They killed off the Nightmare Collective like in February.
Because the Nightmare was trash. That's why.
It was done, and they sent her off to be, to go in with was it the Nightmare Family with Dustin and QT Marshall, which I think is a better role.
Still trying to figure out the connection with Ali and QT Marshall. How did that shit just?
Well, it's a storyline that's continued because remember, what's his face? Homeboy told him in the middle of the ring, like, "Hey, take care of your house."
Oh yeah, we know that's gonna implode. I can't wait for that.
That's something that AEW has been doing really well is the long-term storyline, because everybody was like, "Oh, crapping on the Dark Order, crapping on this, crapping on that," and they had said in an interview, they said, "Wait, give it time. We're not in it for the short haul. We're in it for the long haul." So
I appreciate the long
now,
at the
and now
same
look
time.
at now look at Dark Order now after they've they've brought in other people. They've brought in Anna Jay, even though people were like, "What? She's a rookie," but look at her now. She looks great with them, and she's got a great part. And now they're one of the top factions. And not only that, but last night Cody agreed to the dog collar match against Brody Lee. So we're gonna see that next week. Hey, Rayo.
Good, Rayo. My only complaint with AEW in regards to their factions, they all are basically under the same backgrounds. You got Dark Order, you got Nightmare Collective, you got Nightmare Family. Yeah, it's all in regards of the Cody and the Bucks brand, but they kind of make most of those factions correlate to one another. So that's where a lot of people get thrown off with a lot of these factions. So if they kind of make them their own identities, which they slowly are, they are definitely going to have some success in regards to that. Not everything's got to be dark when it comes to these factions. I think that's why a lot of people were turned off when they first started off. But then when you implied everything all together, that's when everything became a mess outside of Inner Circle.
Well, that's why I love the Taz group. Come on, Ricky. You never would think that Ricky Starks would fit right in with Taz and what's his face? Brian Cage. But you know what? He's able. He still is his cocky Ricky Stark self. But now because he's with Taz and them, now he has this
He's
edge.
more marketable now with those figures. Dude, yes,
dude, the beatings that he gives Alan. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, what's up, fighter? Yeah, but I want to comment on that because there's a formula to that WWE messes up, and that's that every time they want to put two guys together that may not necessarily go together. I got to make them a tag team.
That's another thing that's fucking WWE up right now is that they keep repeating the same matches over and over to the point where everybody's sick of seeing it to where they just want to flip the channel and move on. That's why it hasn't been as hot as it's been for the longest years. And yes, Tony, yes.
And
pair two guys together without making them a tag team and forcing them into a 2-month feud that nobody really gives a fuck about.
Sheamus and Cesaro, prime example.
Yep.
And look how fucking over that was. Like all of a sudden, now you have to be a tag team because that's what everybody wants.
So already MVP. That's another one.
Let me tell you, I used to be the biggest WWE fan in all time. Right? That freaking story of Sheamus and Cesaro. That's what broke me. Because after 7 matches, then on Raw, Mick Foley goes because whoever won that between the 7, the best out of 7 will get a title shot. Mick Foley comes on Raw. Hey guys, this is tied up. You know what? Let's just make you a tag team. I'm done.
Yeah,
right. That pissed me off.
I was done. I was so pissed.
In retrospect, it benefited both of them because
for sure it did.
Gelled them pretty well to the point where they got.
I have an argument here. I have what's called the Twilight argument. Everybody at the end of the Twilight series ends in an epic battle where a lot of people die, and it turns out it's a dream and none of it fucking happens. And I think that's a cop-out. If you're not dedicated to putting one person down, you shouldn't put them in a fucking 7-man, a best-of-7 series. Somebody has to win that. And getting to the end of that and saying, oh, fuck it, you're going to be a tag team, that's taking the easy way out. No man actually fell to that. It's the Twilight scenario. You created an awesome battle with a shitty ending.
Yeah. You know what? That was a...
Robin's getting on this shit.
Twilight from the deathmatch.
So I have less questions about WWE and more questions about your knowledge of Twilight.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Like my mind.
The fuck did.
We shall discuss this later on. Yeah.
I've also seen 50 Shades of Grey.
I probably have no idea what the correlation is with that because I have not seen all the Twilight movies.
No, I'm just talking about.
He's talking about Twilight Zone, not freaking werewolves and vampires.
Where you have a battle and somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose, and you fucking half-assed it. Well, I'm just saying, in general, the storyline. What happened after those movies and books came out? It was all hype until the fucking end, and now everybody shits on it, and they think it's stupid, and it's not what it was supposed to be. And that's
Game of Thrones finale.
You tell a story, and your ending is a fucking cop out of the entire journey. It's
Game of Thrones finale.
Yep.
It's bullshit. I mean, you got to commit. Why did we have the whole for the ring problem? Because he wouldn't throw the ring in the fucking fire. People make decisions. They don't have to get to the end and be like, oh, no one loses. No, fuck that. Put someone over.
Yeah. And I think that's the one thing that I really like is that, with Jon Moxley and Jericho and AEW, they've put other people over. Even when they lose, they're still over. Right. Eddie Kingston, I mean, even though he lost to Cody in the TNT championship match, that guy was over. Right. I mean, that's the one thing they've been trying to do. Yeah.
It's over wherever he goes. Dime in a dozen.
Thing with AEW, like no one thought Orange Cassidy was going to win that match. Like everyone thought, it's a gimmick match, but that's really the perfect chance for him to lose funny and be that gimmick. But they had the balls to say, "Fuck it, we'll put Jericho in the juice," and that's what it takes. Like that commitment to that storyline. Sometimes your guy loses. It happens.
Dude. Yes. And you know what? Let's just put on the table that they took a chance. They took a chance on literally. They took a chance on Orange Cassidy.
Out on Twitter, by the way, not to sidetrack this, but boy, Maddie made me eat my fucking words. It was Dad was over there all night.
Good job, Maddie. Good job, Maddie.
Let him know.
Maddie Dad walked over to me and goes, "Who do you think's going to win this match?" Laughed at me and walked off. I was like, "Damn."
He was trolling us the whole time.
When she got to the show,
right there.
He came to me and said, "You need to talk to your co-host because he's literally wrong." Like that's the first thing she told me when she showed up the show at 4:00. It's like
he was all about making sure that I ate my
personality is coming out lately.
And
so
she didn't even
perfect.
Before we had even done the rundown of the show, they had no idea I wanted for the show. She was just like, she's literally wrong. I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, he was.
We were driving back and my phone started going nuts. It was like, you have 12 Twitter notifications. And no one ever listens to me on Twitter. They have the stupid shit that I say. Like, fuck it, whatever. And I was like, what's going on here? And I was like, oh.
Hey, I know some people listen to the bots.
That's true.
Can I just say, though, just come right back around from Texas to AEW. Big shout out to Alex Gracia for debuting on AEW Dark.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she had a great entrance. She had her new ring gear on. She looked amazing. I really hope that she goes back again.
Yeah,
so big shout out to Alex Gracia.
Shout out to my homegirl. I like to joke on her name a lot, but Rache Chanel, this Regina Hunter wanted the chick right here.
She's been killing it on
me
AEW.
Over. The gimmicks won me over. I told her to change her from the Wild Thing baseball gimmick to this, and it's clicking for her. Yeah. The fact that she can bring up all that sass and all of a sudden strike it with some viciousness, it just total package right there. Yeah. So as long as she cleans it up in the ring, you got a total package in Rache right there. So channeling her Raging Hunter from Living Single. I just can't.
She's been doing great.
And I'll say this one thing. Even though like I'm mixed with AEW Dark because some of the last squash matches and all that, but if you're looking for the up and coming talent, they're putting the work in there. That's one of the great things about it. Like there's so much local talent that just shows up, and a lot of so many Texas guys too. Like, dude, Texas is taking over. It's great.
Fuego, Alex, Rache. Who's another one? Oh,
Lowrider was out there.
Oh, Lowrider. Yeah.
Lowrider was out there. I mean, they've been putting a lot of people, and I think that's one of the benefits of this pandemic with AEW Dark is that they at first it wasn't all local. They were pulling in some here and there. So we got to see like Miranda Alizé. We got to see like Machiko, when they were up in Dallas. But man, when they went, Christy Janes. And so when they went back to AEW Dark, they went back to Florida, they were able to put in so much talent. Yes. And exactly. Texas is proving, that we have talent and it needs to be used and it needs to migrate to other parts of the country because oh man, Red Velvet is amazing. Her match yesterday with Dr. Britt Baker.
I missed it. I gotta watch that.
Killed it. That they just need to sign her up already.
The moment we saw Red Velvet in Mission Pro, I immediately noticed this woman's a star in the making right there. She is about, along with Maddie, they about to go places to wherever they're about to see in the next years or so. So AEW, you need to get some of that.
And that's what I love. That's what I love about AEW Dark is that all the independents, that we haven't seen is now getting this stage. And I know people complain about, it's all squash matches. We know who's going to win. That's fine and dandy, but I like seeing all this new talent because I had not seen it before. Heather Monroe finally got her, her shot on AEW too, which is nice. Bring in, she should have already been on a show.
Another one.
Some of these ladies and some of this talent should have already been on shows. They should have already been, up there, and not some generic name in nondescript gear on WWE. I'm talking about in their gear, in their character, with their name, making names for themselves.
And not a randomized name that basically becomes a total package. Exactly. To something else.
And Taz and freaking Excalibur, best fucking duo in wrestling. They're so hilarious. Like, dude. Like
the random shit that comes out of Taz's mouth.
That's all on Taz.
It's a segment on Botchamania because of it. So
I have learned a new word because of Taz. Which one? I did not know what the hell a yam bag was until Taz.
Yam bag, run a yam bag. Yeah, it's a New York thing. Yeah, run a yam bag.
What is a yam bag?
It's when somebody kicks, when they take a low blow, with the guy takes a low blow.
Oh, when you take one in the old treasure chest down there.
Yep.
Yeah. In fits, like the yam bag.
Treasure.
According to Taz, it's a yam bag. I didn't know. Thank you, Taz, for educating me.
I mean, yams, and you just put them in the bag. Not in the cam, in the bag.
Yep, right in a fucking yam bag.
Wrestling, always teaching you new things.
Right?
Exactly. Right in the yam bag. And somebody needs to freaking WWE not to repeat shit over and over and over. Otherwise, their product will get better. They're finally doing something right with Roman Reigns, even though it's 4 years too late. But, hey.
That's the one thing. That's the other thing that I like about AEW. They heard the fans. They didn't like Britt Baker as a face. And there was, people were complaining. People didn't like it. And she didn't come across that way. There was just something about her that you wanted to hate. So when they switched her, I think it was on the cruise, when they switched her to heel, it clicked. And all of a sudden she became this this powerhouse as a heel, but not as a face. But they had to listen, and they were listening, and they saw it. If they could have done that with Roman 4 years ago when he didn't click as a face, they could have turned him heel. He could have been the biggest and best heel, but for some reason they were just pushing him in your face, and it's like, oh my God, I can't take it anymore.
You got someone that's running the show that's totally out of touch with what the people are saying. That's when the product goes to the shit.
Like, I don't want to be spoon-fed my heels and my faces. Just give them good characters, let them do their storylines, and I'll see it. Britt wasn't clicking on the boat. She insulted Tony Schiavone, I think, in the ring, and that was it. She was heel.
I mean, and look at Chris Jericho. He's a heel, but you know what? He's not your cookie cutter heel.
No,
right? He ain't. People cheer. It started on the boat. People started singing this song. I still don't know the lyrics to that stupid song, but I know the "Beauty in My Mind."
I was at his concert when he came down here in San Antonio. I was like, dude, he's the GOAT for the reason because he can do it all.
Yep. And you know what they did? They're like, you know what? I'm gonna make this party act, and he has. And it's over. It's over as hell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna boo Chris Jericho, but you're damn right. I'm gonna go ahead and start chanting. Starts pretending to not know the words of the song. Hopefully I don't get on camera because then I look foolish. But
just say Judas is, and that's it. That's all you gotta remember. Judas. I still hate that fucking finisher though.
We're going on the elevator at 2 a.m. It's like Judas in my mind, and you're trying to get to your room, or you'll be on the elevator. You're like, okay, it's cool. 8 people walk in, and now you're in the elevator with 8 dudes. They're like, yeah, bro. It's like
one movie with Chris Rock. I think I Love My Wife, something like that. There was a scene where basically someone just comes into the elevator and just started singing this random rap song. One person sang it one time, and then another person came on that same exact scene and started rapping to that same joint back and forth. That's kind of what I felt that moment every time I hear a Judas song that just pops out of nowhere. It just clicks right there.
Yeah. So Josh, I have a quick question for you. we haven't heard from your point of view about how did it feel to finally run your first. I mean, is it your first show?
Yes.
It is.
How did it go, man? You haven't told us your point of view.
Oh,
you heard from the fans.
Like, look who's double in the pit now. Because not only are you in the pit, but you're the interview.
Oh.
Oh
So?
yeah, it was interesting. It was a totally different perspective of watching a show or being at a show. Because I mean, when I could just stop and pay attention, it was great. But the beautiful thing and something I learned and I've heard from other people that have done shows is the way that you're going to know how the show went is how it sounds. Like, if you're not able to watch the matches because you're getting ready for the next match and you're making sure everybody's lined up and then there's a problem here, there's a problem there, and you're running around. I mean, y'all saw me probably on the move most of the whole night. But hearing the spots and the reactions that we planned them to be, like, that's a success to me. And that happened on all the PPW matches. Because those are the ones I booked my matches. Those were my matches. Like what y'all saw with the Lucha match. I had help with the talent. I mean, we sat down, we talked, we have it planned out. With the women's match with Kiefer and Dempsey, that was my match.
Awesome.
Like, so those spots and all that stuff that happened, it's because we're out there like, okay, do this, and that. And then I'm not able to watch, but then it's like, well, my match is going on, and then and boo, and yeah, like those are happening at the right times.
Yeah.
To me, that's the only way I could judge if it was a good show. Everybody that came out, I took a lap around during the show asking how people were doing, and everybody was just like, get out of the way, like, I want to keep watching. I'm like, sweet, that's
Got that meter going.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, some of them were wondering why I was an asshole to their ring announcer in the beginning, but it's because it's because like I am and I could and I did.
It's freaking Terry, so.
And not only that,
no, it wasn't Terry.
It
wasn't Terry. It was Anthony Silva.
Oh, it was another person. Never mind. I saw the bag. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, he's my announcer. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, and not only that, but you also brought Alexander Hammerstone, who this is an international guy who's fought in Noah N1s, killing an MLW.
BWI.
Yep, top 100. And honestly, he doesn't come to Texas that much, and now he's your champion.
Well, he wasn't my champion; he was my representative.
Yeah.
My company.
Yeah.
Because I said I knew a guy, remember, and he was my guy.
Works that meaning?
And I think that was.
So great because this is the first time I got to see Alexander Hammerstone. I love this. Super cool guy too. He's definitely a guy who looked very scary, in the ring, from seeing on TV. He was just a sweetheart, Don't kill me. He's super nice guy.
Very professional. Did everything on time. Everything was there. Everything he asked what he wanted me to do, and he did what we wanted him to do. I mean, he was amazing. It was amazing. And I can't. As I started booking the next show Monday.
Oh wow!
That's how I feel went. I started booking the next show Monday after I finally got some sleep because I was up from Thursday night till Sunday night. So
our bad.
Partially because of the Baraka crew kept me out till I got home about 4:30 or 4:45. I think that morning because I saw the
we barachoed so hard.
And then I had to pick up Hammer at 6 to get him to the airport. Yeah, I went nap. Not even. I took a shower and then went back. Yeah, I think it went well. I mean, there was hiccups. There was lessons learned. So I'm kind of like even more stoked to run a show, a PPW only show. I love GCWA for what they did for us, but our time's still.
It's like it's my show. I want my own independent show.
So someone brought up a good question. So any time frame for your next show? Well, around what range? Or stay tuned.
Everybody. No, we're tuned in right now. Why not? Oh. Let's just make it 1, 2, 3. January 23rd.
Talking about
nice. January 23rd, next PPW show.
Yep. I'm putting it on my calendar.
If you're watching the pit, that's how you find out the inside scoops. Tune into the pit.
January 23rd. Okay.
Yeah.
2031. Let's go.
Put in for your PTO.
Announcing matches for those.
I'm so ready for 2021. Let's get out of this.
Yeah, can 2053 hurry up?
2053.
Dude, I'll be like an old man. Nah, like,
Yeah, no, I don't need
to enjoy my life.
I'm joking, y'all. Come on now. Anything but 2020. Let's be real.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Tony. Yeah, I got to see Tony again.
We saw Tony like one time, and he disappeared forever. I was starting to worry that like Tony
we scared him.
Yeah, it's like a wild Pokemon. And when it shows up, if you do the right thing, it's just gonna run off, and you're like, gosh.
No, I think Tony's stealing my gimmick. He just pops in the shadows at the show, and then just pops back to work, isolated back in the products.
Rayo already got the day off. Oh, really?
Oh.
Well, if you're not busy.
Oh.
Interesting.
Y'all trip, man.
The show's so far away from right now because you realize we almost have to wait 124 days for this next show, right?
You had to say it like that, though.
Wait.
You had to say it like that.
It works. It's like when I look over, I'm like, man, the remote control is 12 feet away from me. I'll get it.
January 23rd sound better than 123 day or whatever you said.
Hey, hold on. Put that on there. We're gonna hold you to it, okay?
Oh
you keep telling us that you're gonna get. Yeah, okay.
This right here is an exclusive. If we're gonna do hot takes, Tony Gomez, you're on my radar. You're gonna get your ass to a show, and you're gonna get at least nothing short of 7 beers, and you're gonna drink them all. And if you,
I've seen him when he's on his levels.
It's fucking on. Remember, in the pit today, October 1st, Tony Gomez said, I might have to get a hotel so I can get trashed so y'all can quit talking shit. Well, I am fucking ready. And
Tony, first off, have you met us? Number one.
I cannot. You can bring whatever you want, Tony.
Hey.
Whatever you want.
Hey, not only that, you have to be initiated. So, like, I've taken a bat full of tacks. I've been chopped many times.
You don't ever do that again. That's shit scary.
I
took like, man.
You got to get through the first step before you can get to the thumbtack bats to the head.
Right, Juan will let us know.
Oh
my God. What do you think, Juan? What are you thinking about? What do you think about that?
Well, this is like the third time we get stood up by Tony. He's been saying that we're gonna get fucked up, and then
when that fucking beer comes out.
No, again, no. It did not get smacked. He spilled my beer. He did not smack it out of my hand.
Well, you're missing a piece from your story because Kiefer got punked, which led to your beer getting smacked because he my beer. But I was like, nah, dog, this is like absolute Walmart person. I was like, nah, this is my $10 Yeti, bro. No. Max Anger beer, and I was like,
And again, he should be fucking embarrassed that his smack was so weak that I still had the beer in my hand. And I was completely caught off guard. You smacked like a bitch. I just want to put that out there.
Ouch.
You mean his thrift store smack?
Okay, hold on. I don't know whose penis it was, but that was dirty.
No, it was my chair that got thrown.
Yeah, I was going to say
it was lucky too because my $10 Yeti was in that cup holder. And I was like, shit, no! Snatched it up and he tossed the chair. He sure did. I would never have got that Yeti back. That thing would have rolled across the street into the park over the bowling alley.
Guys,
hey, Texas wrestling is back. We miss it all.
Hey, that night, and we always say like the hangover for wrestling shows, like that one was legit. We were amped up, like shit was real. I have to agree. I really want to point out that Maddie winning the title was a moment. Like I took 5 pictures while we were there, guys. And that was 2 of them. And it just was really cool. In that moment, it was like everyone was watching a special moment, which in the indie scene these days, those are rare, which is good, but it was a good moment. It was a good decision.
Yeah. So guys,
wait,
awesome.
Angel, I have a question for you, Angel.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Pineapple, does it go on pizza?
No, it does not. No, y'all need to stop this nonsense, okay? Pineapple's not going to get motherfucking pizza. That is crazy nonsense. No, it is not. Not only that. Hold on. Not only that. You know what? Because wait, okay. Hold on. Let me just give everyone a little tip here about pizza.
I just want to say this is brought to you by Coke Zero.
Pizza if you do the vertical
Zero
test.
energy because even though it's
pizza,
zero, we got a lot of energy up in here.
Just
want to throw that out there.
And the greens fall off. It's not big. You can't make pineapple in pizza. That's a ridiculous nonsense. No, it's garbage. It is garbage. It is garbage, dude. That is just as bad when I go to Austin and I see people messing with tacos. No,
showing his cult personality.
Ingredients on fucking little tacos. You damn hipsters. Okay, the same thing with fucking pizza. You don't put pineapple on pizza. It's nonsense.
Pineapple on a pizza. That's ridiculous.
Brad supports 7-Up because he believes pineapples go on pizza just like lemons and limes.
You're getting one pineapple pizza a day for the rest of the
You know what? You probably a Little Caesars. You probably a Little Caesars. Little
Caesars, kids.
I do not like Little Caesars. You take that.
That's a lie. I've had Little Caesars at your house. I've had pineapple.
That might be true. We got Little Caesars.
No, we never had Little Caesars.
Oh, Marco's. That's right. We don't eat shit pizza over here.
Marco's is the shit. Marco's, I got some in my room right now. Legit.
You are.
I don't have pineapples on it, but Marco's is legit.
We have a question too. Are we going to tailgate at the next PPW show?
Can we?
That depends on if the pandemic's over.
Yeah. We'll have to. Everything is going to be up in the air until we figure out what's going on and location and pandemic and all that good stuff.
Wait, hold on, buddy.
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
The show's going to be an indoor show.
Ah, there we go, guys.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up. But in the sense of that, we need to roll.
Yeah.
Cool.
See y'all, guys.
Appreciate you. We're going to answer that question real quick.
No pineapple pizza.
No!
Get him out of here.
So, wow.
Yeah,
he got the
tailgate that happened in the parking lot.
Zero sugar with energy.
Yeah, I'm gonna just mute you because you're just being ridiculous. You're muted now. Giving your fucking Pepsi Coke bullshit. Like, yeah, that's enough of that. Go back to Vista. All right, so the answer to the question that I've been trying to answer, and people trying to get over on Pepsi and Coke. Tailgate would happen in the parking lot, just like originally planned in March. Venue Casey Hall, same PPW. That's PPW Arena. That's when PPW's having a show. That's where it's going to be. That's where we're going to roll.
Nice.
Tailgate will be in the parking lot in Kingsville, Texas.
Very cool.
We appreciate Corpus love, but
yes,
we're doing our thing.
So we're not gonna have to end up drinking at the back of wrestling school at 3 in the morning.
No, we're going to be in front of a KC Hall till 3 in the morning. I mean, we have access to bars.
Okay.
Man, that's going to be fun. I can't wait to tailgate again. We had so many really cool ideas for the last one.
I just muted him again because that was another one. Yeah, Casey and Jojo Hall. Come on. Yeah. We'll do what we can. Like you said, of course, pending COVID pandemic, see what goes between now and then. So everybody keep wearing your damn masks, wash your hands, punch people that don't. But this has been an interesting show. Sorry we didn't have must have got tied up or busy. I don't know. He was actually booked tonight on the heavy metal card. Are we supposed to say that? But not just to piss off people. But anyway, and we thought he was gonna be able to get in, but maybe something happened. We'll talk. I'll follow up. But yeah, thank you guys for filling up the rest of the show and tune in next week.
Don't forget to watch the dog collar match.
Any final comment?
Don't forget to watch the dog collar match. Brody Lee, Cody.
Support independent wrestling.
That's gonna be good.
And pineapples go on pizza.
Bullshit. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for everything that happened. Josh, congratulations on the show. Will your show be on demand on Windows Vista? Just let the audience know.
Carlos. Oh.
I got that mute again. Yeah, there's my boy Carlos. So yeah, Brad and Brandon are both now muted. Thank you, Melanie and numero uno.
Thank you.
The other two suck it today. Take your pineapples, take your Pepsi, take your Coke out the fucking pit.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Guys.
Hold on. Sorry. So thank you, guys. Where is it all going? Here we go. This thing is sucking tonight. But we still saved it. See ya. Bye, everyone.